All right, let's lighten the mood and talk about Rocky Four. All right. Now, my younger brother will see this. He'll see this, right? It'll be on his YouTube. He'll click faster on this than he's ever clicked on anything in his life. He'll click. He'll be clicked on it before it's even up on. Before I even upload it, right? He'll be clicked onto it. He's probably clicked onto it now, right? Fucking, he's obsessed with this fucking film. He's obsessed with it, man. There's something seriously wrong with the guy. So like, yeah, these are just my takes on on these movies, right? They're only my take on them. So it's not really kind of like, like analytical and kind of like this is exactly the way it is. This is just my thoughts on them. I make films. I make small films. Make put my own money into them. So I have an interest in film. So I look at them from a perspective of interest as well. Like you can look at Rocky Four and you can think to yourself, well, what a cheesy piece of crap this film is. Correct. Is it a good film? In my opinion, yes. Why? It's entertaining. Films lose a lot of this stuff. They think like, well, it has to be Orson Welles, or something like that. It has to be, and these films are great. Just say, what was this big film that he done? Citizen Kane, right? I would, it's a great film, Citizen Kane, but it doesn't mean that Rocky Four is not a great film either. It's cheesy, yeah, but there's some good moments in the film. The casting was great. Dolph Lundgren as Ivan Drago was brilliant. He played the part really, really good. He looked physically brilliant in it. He looked great with Sylvester Stallone in the ring. He looked so much bigger than him and stuff like that. And it was just, it just came along at a time where it was kind of like a music video in loads of ways. There was loads of montage sequences and stuff like that. The fighting scene, they trained for that for ages. It was all choreographed and stuff like that. So the whole fighting scene at the end isn't just them going into the ring and, okay, we'll just try whatever. No, it was all choreographed bit by bit, step by step. So a lot of planning on a lot of work went into Rocky Four. Sylvester Stallone, he's one of them kind of guys that can't stop working, I'd say. That's why he done the recut of this film a few years ago when the COVID thing hit, because whatever, because of he can't stop. He has to do something. I probably just would have left it the way it was, but there was a couple of things in the new one that was pretty good too, I guess. So, but he works like a trooper. He works really hard, and and the film is entertaining. It has to be taken with a pinch of salt. It's a bit of fun. At the end of the day, it's a bit of fun. It gets you moving a wee bit. The music was great in it. I think it was the first time they didn't really use the traditional Rocky music in it, and the training montage and all that kind of stuff was really, really good in it. They were really, 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 really good, and it was a good film. Like I said, it's entertaining and it's endlessly rewatchable. You can watch it again and again and again. And as I said about my younger brother, he'll be watching it now. I'd say he'll just keep watching that. He'll be watching that film when he's in his coffin. It'll be on. Ivan Dragoa. He'll be watching it all the time, man. He's obsessed with this fucking film. Something wrong with this guy. But anyway, so just say with Rocky Four, there's a small part in Rocky Four, right? This is my little take on the film as well, because I watched it a good few times the last while as well, because I'm a retard too, right? So there's a small part in Rocky Four that you probably wouldn't even get away with today, or people would, because everything's so politically correct and they have their agenda with man and woman and all the rest of it. There's a small part in Rocky Four when his wife comes after saying that he can't win and stuff, and she comes into Russia and she says these things to him. She says to him, "I'm going to stay with you no matter what." Now, modern women don't do this. This is really interesting in the film. The smaller parts of a film are the bigger parts. The bigger parts of a film are the smaller parts. It's a paradox, right? That small part in the film when she comes to where he is in Russia, and she says, "I'm going to stand with you no matter what." What a great scene in the film. One of the best parts in the whole film, because, it shows real character from her point of view, and they have a proper good man-woman connection. And like I said, you probably wouldn't even get away with that in films today. People would look at it, they'd frown on it, and they'd go, "Oh, that woman's giving her power away. Why does she want to stand with him?" No, this is correct. When she comes, she shows her true character, and she says, even if you die in the ring, I'm standing with you no matter what. That, for me, is one of the standout parts in the film. Like I said, it's a small part, but an important part in the film. I yield.